Hello lovely friends, thank you so much for being here today. Spring is in the air and I've got an acrylic pouring spring leaf. So it's happy birthday to my dear friend August from August Acrylic Art. He didn't want to have a big party on YouTube because he didn't want anyone to feel left out. So I'm just doing a special little video for him. August loves his blues and I decided to go with a blue pillow base. And most of the colours today are based around the blues, so that's for you, August. I hope you're having a very special day and I hope you're celebrating the way that feels good for you. So as we go along this journey of building this leaf, it's really for beginners, intermediates, it's for anybody really. It's a really quite a simple technique and some really simple colours but all layered. So I'm really enjoying my piggies again today, and one of the reasons why I chose this one for August is because it's spring, he likes blues, and because he suggested some time ago that if I was to use one of the blues with the Zeus colour from TLP, it really does pop, and he wasn't wrong. So I'm using Zeus today, really excited. It's got the most gorgeous shimmer to it. If you haven't used TLP, the Piggy Pigments, you've got to give it a try. I've waited so long to try them, and I've now got them and I'm using them almost every day. So gorgeous colours, really strong pigment, and they go a long way. They don't sink or fade. Beautiful colours. So I'm just layering up the colours now and popping in a little bit of my orchid rose. This was the first time that I did this leaf and I was amazed at how it turned out, because when you try something for the first time, often the paint goes into a different way, different paints don't react in the way that you want them to, it cracks, but it dried nicely and it was just a really easy painting. So I would recommend this for beginners. So this is a cell activator which I showed at the beginning. I used two cell activators today. The Amsterdam Oxide Black with Burnt Amber, that had Australian Floetrol in it, and the other cell activator was the Amsterdam Copper, and that also had Australian Floetrol in it, which acts as a cell activator. So I'm just layering up the paints now. And you can see that really light blue base. That was a gorgeous colour. That's another new colour I'm using by Amsterdam. It's sky blue mixed with some Amsterdam white. I popped the reference to that as I was pouring the pillow paint if you wanted to go back. And now I'm just putting in a little bit of Amsterdam white just to give it a bit of a highlight. Because when you have a lot of darker colours all together, I always find white does something good. And you can see there the contrast between the white and the base pillow, because if you just looked at the painting without seeing that white streak just then, you'd almost think that the pillow was white. So I'm just adding a few more colours here. I'm going to be blowing it out today with my small hairdryer. The hairdryer that I use is 2000 watt, even though it's a small one, but I always tend to put it on the lowest setting. When I put it on the highest setting, it sometimes splits the paint because it just hits the paint at faster speed. Even though it's on cool, there is a bit of warmth to it as well when you use the hairdryer. So now just placing the rest of the pillow paint down. And putting a little bit extra just around where the paints are. In a traditional Dutch pour, you would just blow into the paint and then blow down and out. But I'm just going to do it very slightly differently today. I'm going to do that to part of it and not to the other part. So you can begin to see that the way that I have layered the paints, it could go either way to form the leaf. So just getting rid of all the air bubbles first. Quite a few air bubbles today. I could have let my paint sit a little bit longer, and there would have been less air bubbles. So here we go. Oh, I just love using the hairdryer. It's such a satisfying way to move the paint around. So I went down and out, just making sure that I can really collect the paint. And do you see what I'm doing on the other side? I'm doing something very slightly differently. I was blowing the paint into the centre, both sides. And can you see now when I blow it out in the same way I did the other side, it's got a very slightly different effect, more of a feathered effect, because I wanted the two sides of the leaf to be contrasted, and the left hand side I wanted to be a bit darker than the right. So now I'm just going to spread out a bit of the pillow paint. There's quite a lot of paint on there today down the bottom, so I'm just spreading out to the bottom of the canvas, and just making sure that there's not too much paint left behind. And then the rest of the paint will self-level, because the pouring medium that I use really helps with that. I always like to take my time with this so I don't disturb the painting too much. And when you go more slowly, you can see the reaction of the paint, see what it needs. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Just blowing the paint right across the canvas. And now for the centre part. Look at those beautiful blues come out. When I'd finished, hubby said he thought it looked like a flower, a leaf of a flower. So it could be a leaf of a flower. There's so many beautiful spring flowers coming up at the moment. Or it could be a spring leaf. It's funny, isn't it, when you get certain shades of blue in leaves. Some beautiful primroses around at the moment, at the UK at the moment. You can get them all different colours. I remember years ago I only saw yellow primroses around, but now you can get pink, blue, violet and yellow and orange. And can you see some of the copper coming through? That's quite a strong colour. Now that copper and the Zeus colour has dissolved a little bit, so what seems to be left behind is the gold, and there's a tiny bit of copper that's reacted with the blues, creating some really lovely cells in the corner. I've got a close-up of that in the end of the video, just showing you how the cells are created, and there are more cells on the left hand side than the right. So that's interesting. When I blew out straight from the paint without blowing it into the centre, more cells were created than the side that I did a traditional Dutch pour, blow into the middle then blow out from the paint. So I'll just leave you for a moment while you enjoy the rest of this leaf coming together, and how I put a bit of shading in there, and I bring a bit more of the blue and the green together into the leaf. And I'll come back shortly to show you the palette knife adjustments and the wet and dried results. I sing happy birthday a bit later on, so stay tuned if you fancy hearing it.
Just checking in, see how your world's spinning. I've lied to call it quits. My blood speaks no matter what, no matter what. Take back what I said. May have been a bit too harsh. Back and forth I go. Vicious cycle of regret. talking to myself for weeks. Even offered to pay for my therapy. And it's felt like a two-way tie, trying to win, but I'd rather draw the line. You tried to call her line. I saw her say I'm busy when I'm really not. I said reminder too, but things just happen, and it sounds like a good excuse. I've been talking to myself for weeks. Even offered to pay for my therapy. And it's felt like a two-way tie, trying to win, but I'd rather draw the line. Draw real good now, see where it sticks. When it hurts too bad, do you let it sit? Do you let it sit? Do you let it sit? I've been talking to myself for weeks. You even offered to pay for my therapy. And it's felt like a two-way tie, trying to win. Oh, we're never gonna win. Oh, we're never gonna win when we're stuck in our own pride. She was looking at you, thought you were looking at me. Turns out I was wrong, you said I wasn't, but let's agree to disagree. She tells me all of these things about how you were so sweet, but I know because you said the same things to me. She swept off her feet, and now I can't breathe. 'Cause when you're staring at her, I'm comparing, because she isn't me. I guess I didn't qualify. I guess I wasted my time, 'cause I couldn't beat her if I tried. I hope you're satisfied. It's been a couple of months now since we had that falling out. Things haven't been the same. I miss you. What's that all about? You probably don't think about me. I never cross your mind.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear August, happy birthday to you.
So can't breathe. 'Cause when you're staring at her, I'm comparing, because she isn't me. I guess I didn't qualify. I guess I wasted my time, 'cause I couldn't beat her if I tried. I hope you're satisfied. I wish I was still in the running. I'm not, 'cause I just wasn't winning. It felt like a game.
So I'm just doing my final touches now with the palette knife. I've just been intuitively bringing out parts of the colour that I feel give it a little bit more character to the leaf, because sometimes when you do a blowout you just want to leave it as it is because it just sits so nicely. And I'm also enjoying what happens to some of the cells when I go through them. And I'm just not trying to make it too much of a shape, because part of fluid art is just nice where it just falls with shadow and illusion rather than creating defined lines. So can you see there the cells? That was the part of it that I blew out straight from the paint. Some beautiful peacock cells in there, really delicate colours. So I'm super happy with the TLP Piggies. So happy to be sharing this and celebrating our dear friend August. If you haven't checked out his work already, go along to his channel. It's August's Acrylic Art. He's doing some wonderful pleating, which is such a challenging fluid art. He's got wonderful instruction. He's celebrating a big birthday this year, so go and give him some love on his channel and wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, August. You're a wonderful dear friend and you love us all, and we all love you too. Have a wonderful time. Thanks for being you, August. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I've been really enjoying sharing this journey with you. There's some more piggies to come, and I just love sharing acrylic pouring. This fluid art is just an absolute joy. So happy creating in all you do in your mixed media crafts and creativity. Have a great day. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.